Hello! I am excited that we are now in the month of February and I wanted to bring you my list of books that I would like to be reading, or my TBR as some people call it here on the internet machine, that I wanted to be reading this month. Last book I read a total of 8 books, like 8.5, because I got almost halfway through Passenger by Alexandra Bracken, and so it was pretty solid effort, but I start going back to study and all of that stuff this month, so I just wanted to be a bit more careful about the things that I really picked and stuff like that. I wanted to make sure that I was picking the right things. So I have a really good pile of books here. I have 4 books here. I've got 2 more sitting over there, which are my, if I get through these ones then I might read that one, and I've got some that are on my iPad that I want to read on that. So the first book that I want to read in the month of February is obviously finishing Passenger by Alexandra Bracken. It is taking me a little bit to really get into it and start to really get to that point in the story where it's like I have this point when I'm reading where it's like the point of no return. Once I get to that point, I know it's like the pace picks up in the book. It's usually like it's either like the last half, the last quarter, or about the last third of the book that really action starts to happen after they've built all the world and introduced the characters and all of that kind of stuff. And so I'm just waiting in Passenger to get to the point of no return, but I feel like it's coming because the pace is starting to pick up, because we've been introduced to all the characters where I'm up to now. But I'm liking it so far. So the next book I would like to read is The Maze Runner by James Dashner. I've seen the movies, the Maze Runner and the Scorched Trials, and I loved the Maze Runner movie. I wasn't a huge fan of the Scorched Trials. I did like it, but I feel like the book is the words are big and it should in theory be a really easy book, and I really wanted to try and get ahead on the series, because this year the third one, which I don't even know what it's called. Excuse me, my dog's just down there. I think it's called The Death Cure. If they're even continuing the movie franchise, which I'm assuming that they are, will be coming out this year. So it'd be cool I like to be ahead in the book and then read the book before I see the movie, because I feel like reading the book after you've seen the movie can sometimes be a bit of a weird experience. So I'm gonna try. But if I don't like it, I won't read the second book, you know. I'm not going to put myself through an awful situation. Something I really need to read this month is The City of Bones, the Mortal Instruments book one. I haven't read this series. I did start this about 1.5 years ago, and I read probably like 5 chapters. No, probably less than 5 chapters. And then I just put it down and I never picked it up again. I wasn't that into it, and then I saw the movie and I didn't really like the movie at the time. Like, I just didn't have an appreciation really for the characters. I found them a bit annoying and stuff like that, but so many people love this series and I really feel like I need to give it one more go. And so I've got the first 2 books. Like, I'm committing myself to read the first 2 books. I got them for my birthday, which was last month, and so I'm going to at least read the first 2 because I have them. Next book I'm going to read, it's another one that I've picked up and put back down again, but I'm committing to read it because I really want to read Carry On by Rainbow Rowell. But before I do that, I really want to read Eleanor and Park because I already have it. I've ordered Carry On and it should be arriving at some point in this month. So I want to read this first because I already have it, and I feel I feel like if I already have one book by the author, I have to read them in the order that I bought them. I don't know if that's an OCD thing or whatever, but my sister's read this and she really liked it, and we have similar book taste, as I've talked about before, so I definitely want to read this. And it's contemporary, and a lot of the other books that I was reading last month were like dystopia and fantasy and stuff like that, which I'd never really read any of before, so it was a big stretch for me to read a lot of that. But I need to make sure I keep mixing in YA and YA contemporary and stuff like that, so I'm going to try and do that. This is the month of reading the books that I picked up but didn't keep finishing, and this is another one, and it's called Jellico Road by Melina Marchetta. I don't like the cover, I just have to say that. I started reading this and I've actually still got my bookmark in here from when I started reading it. I literally read that much, which is an okay effort. Like, I should have actually just kept going with it, but I don't know what happened. But because it was so long ago that I don't remember, I will unfortunately have to start it again. But I don't think that's a bad thing at all. Cool with it. It's fine. Next book I will definitely be reading because it is released this month is Glass Sword by Victoria Aveyard. I read Red Queen last month and I am so looking forward to reading Glass Sword. I want to read it on, I think it releases on the 9th, and so I want to read it on that day. So I'm going to try and finish Passenger to make sure that I'm completely, and maybe I'll start one of these other smaller books like The Maze Runner or Eleanor and Park and try and get that done just in time to read Glass Sword because I'm so excited about it. I really loved Red Queen, and the way the story was left, I'm so excited to read Glass Sword. It's going to be really cool. So that takes me up to 6 books, which is 2 down from last month. I do have books that I have on the burner of, like, if I finish all of these then I can read these. Obviously I've got other books and I've bought a few more books online that will be arriving throughout the month, but I really only wanted to commit to doing 6 and really read them and get them out of the way. That's all I really wanted to do. So I'm really excited about all of these books. And the month ahead of February, it's summer over here, it's really hot, it's awesome reading weather, and you can sit outside and just chill and stuff like that. So it's yeah, but I also start studying again, and I haven't studied since 2012, and I'm going to be finishing my degree, so I'm really excited about that. So February is going to be a really interesting, kind of experimentally weird and exciting month. So yeah, so let me know what you guys are reading and what you're looking forward to in the month of February. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!